We are live, guys, but just wait there. She should take photos of nails. Cool. Guys, welcome back to the Roots and Wings podcast, episode 10. For those that don't know who we are two people that got sick and tired of being sick and tired, in and out of terrible relationships, both living lives that we did not really feel fulfilled. We thought there was more to life, and we thought, you know what, enough is enough. I've had enough of relationships. I'm going to go ahead and become the best version of ourselves. And that's when we met each other at a Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar. And we've grown and we've built an amazing life together, applying everything that we're talking about on this channel. And in fact, we've actually just done a 3-day live series on becoming the right partner, being the right partner, pursuing and attracting the right partner, and also multiplying, managing and maintaining with the right partner. And we're going to drop the link in the description for that Facebook group. Please join that if you want to see an extended version of what we're going to be talking about on this live. So let's get into it, babe. What does being the right partner mean to you?
There's so much to that. I don't actually know where to start. Ultimately, you have to know where you're at to know what you even want. Because firstly, I think there's so many people out in the world that go, I don't even know what I want. Like if someone said to you, what's your ideal day? I don't know. How do you want to live your life? I don't know. I'm just getting through the week. What do you want to do? Where are you going to be in 5 years' time? The classic like work question. I don't know. I'm just getting through today. Like that's such a mindset of the day-to-day life of so many people that you have to actually sit and spend time with yourself first of all, which for a lot of people is really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
To firstly actually be able to genuinely say you enjoy your company. Like I remember having this conversation with one of my really great friends, and I was at a point where I didn't even like want to go to cinema by myself. I couldn't spend any time at home by myself, because if you're at that stage, there's something wrong there. Like if you can't spend time in your own company, there's something that needs to change. So you're either unhappy about something, you're unhappy with how you're living, you're unhappy with how you see yourself. So I think the first stage really is looking at your own self-image and who do you actually want to be. So like what on earth is
Right, you can't give what you haven't got, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So in order for you to become an asset to someone else and not a liability, you need to actually become an asset. You need to actually become someone that you value.
Yeah, which is why if you have just broken up with somebody, or if you know somebody that's just split up with somebody, you will naturally give them the advice that you should probably be taking for yourself, which is spend some time by yourself, getting to know yourself again, what you want, what you don't want, so that you don't just rush into another relationship that is the wrong person and you've got the same patterns because you haven't, like, what's changed.
Right.
So
getting clear on what you want.
Yeah, so self-image is
what you don't want.
How you see yourself. Right. So yeah, what do you want? How do you see yourself physically? How do you see yourself mentally?
A good book recommendation would be Psycho-Cybernetics. It's about a plastic surgeon. And the plastic surgeon realized that every person has two images of themselves, the external image and the internal image. Mm-hmm. And it's a really good book which breaks down the self-image of what we're talking about. I recommend everyone getting that book. It's super important.
Yeah. So that's where you have to start. You have to start the classic, working on yourself, going back to what hobbies you like, and don't just stop that when suddenly you're in a relationship. Like that needs to continue as well, because your self-image as you as a single person will be different to your self-image when you're in a relationship or you're married. So you have to work on yourself first and figure out where you are, where you want to go, who you want to be. And then, yes, okay, you can do that while you're on the journey, and you may meet someone along the way, which is great. But the ideal scenario would be that you've done that before you met the person. If you're already in a relationship and married, you can still do this.
So are you saying set a goal that doesn't include a partner? Does that make, obviously I think, it's good, obviously one day you want to be married, you want to have a great relationship, but like actually setting a goal like, okay, now how do I want to live my life? day
Yeah.
to day. And then putting things in place like that, which is why you was at a Rich Dad Poor seminar to learn how to actually create financial freedom, so you had choices and you could do what you wanted.
Yeah. So the goal isn't
Because that's what I did.
I want to be successful and I don't want a man. It's I want to be on the journey of becoming successful, and I want to be successful, and then hopefully along the way I meet the right person.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I love that. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. You know, becoming the best version of you, falling in love with you, becoming someone that you're proud of. And you can only really be present if you're proud of your presence. You know, so that's super important.
Because if you are honest with yourself and you can't say that you love yourself, not in an arrogant way, as in like, I love myself, nobody's better than me. It's, no, I love myself, because if I don't love myself, you're going to have to rely on other people
Like
to love you.
Yeah, discipline is the key to freedom, innit?
Yeah, and then that's a dangerous road to go down, because then you're constantly looking externally, and if somebody isn't showing you love, then that makes you uncomfortable, and then everything falls apart. Whereas if you actually love yourself and you're secure in yourself, no matter what's going on the outside, you're now in a much better mental state to process that, because you realize it's actually nothing to do with you. You can't control anything that's external.
Yeah,
You can only control the thoughts that
you
are
don't
going
need
on
any
inside.
external validation.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror and say, I am a yes
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I've said yes to me. No one can reject me because I've said yes to me.
Yeah.
And that's the most important yes.
And then when you bring up discipline's a great way of learning to love yourself, because we all know that if you've set a goal to eat well and you've stuck to it, if you've set a goal to go to the gym every day, or you've set a New Year's resolution to be a size, I don't know, 10 or whatever by May, and you've stuck to it, how much more confident you are in yourself simply because you've said something and you've done what you said.
You've got so much more respect for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, if you kind of stick to a diet, you know, your level of self-respect is going to be very low.
Yeah.
And then if you have low respect for you, it's impossible for you to respect and show enough love to someone else so that they deserve, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And there'll be things that you let slip. You'll let your standards slip. You will let them get away with things that if you had higher standards and kept them and you kept your word, you wouldn't accept.
Yeah. And then so when it comes to the pursuing part, then attracting, you know, what's that about? Like, do you go out there like on the hunt? You know, how does that work? You know, one thing that I learned is that, you know, I'm probably not going to find the love of my life in a nightclub. I know some people do.
Yeah.
Actually, a good friend of ours did that. But essentially, like, because that's what I did. I kept, you know, meeting girls in clubs and then like actually getting annoyed when I get with them and then they want to go clubbing. It's like, well, that's where you found them, you know.
Right. Yeah.
That's who they are. So it's like you picking and choosing. You know, if you want a high value relationship, where do high value people go? You know, what do they value?
Yeah, it's being more intentional about it. I mean, I never expected to meet you at a seminar and then be the one to actually introduce myself to you. I think the what's the word I'm looking for? The fairy tale life would be that, you know, I walk in somewhere, you walked up to me, started chatting, you know, asked me where I'm from, asked me for my number, we went on a date, and then lived happily ever after. Sometimes it doesn't work like that, but you have to be more intentional behind it. So because I had got to the point where I knew who I was, I knew what I wanted, when then I saw you and it was a situation where you were sat by yourself, I was then intentional to go over and say, to introduce myself. I didn't then have an intention of we're going to be husband and wife at that point. It was just...
Maybe about a week later.
It was just that you intrigued me because you were there, first of all. You were by yourself. You were a handsome chap. Why were you there?
And I was saying about you, you know, when you're there on your own, I admired your courage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so it's just about being more intentional about where you're spending your time, as in literally, like, where are you going?
Right. And then also understanding that we never get what we want, we get who we are. So we attract who we are, which is, again, it comes to the becoming part. But you also need to understand that the last 6 letters in attraction is action. So if you do want to attract the right partner, you do have to stay in action. And you have to actually show the universe that you are changing, because a lot of people, they change until they get a partner and then go back to who they were, and then wonder why things break down. It's like, well, because you met that person on a different frequency, and if they're solid in who they are, you're going to grow apart, and if you're not, it's going to be, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's actually understanding that, no, this is who I am, and then once you meet that person, it's like, this is who I am, these are my standards, this is what I value, and if they're not on the same page, just because they're attractive, you know, it doesn't mean that you're going to give up entirely who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like there's 4 levels to a relationship. The first level is admiration. You know, you admire someone, you're attracted to them. The second level is mutual attraction. Okay, oh, what, no way, so you fancy me, I fancy you too, amazing. Then it's like commitment. Okay, we're actually exclusive now.
Girlfriend, yeah.
Amazing. But then the most important thing is compatibility. Like you could be attracted to each other. You could be, you know, committed. You want to be with each other, but you're 2 different people. You know, you want to go that way, she wants to go that way.
Yeah.
You know, you're this, you know, people say, oh, she's just like me, or he's just like me. That's not always a good thing. Like me and you are complete opposites. If you look at the 4 personality types, you got red, blue, yellow, and green. Charlie's a yellow green. I'm a red blue. It's the complete opposite, and that is why we work so well.
Yeah.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm the one that cracks the jokes. I'm out there in front of the curtain I'm the goal. All I want to do is work. You're like, you care. You're the mother. You're the nurture, the peace. But you're also very good with numbers. You're very organised. You know, and that stuff, spreadsheets and stuff like that. That's not me. I mean, I get. Do you know what I mean? I'm complete opposite to that. So we like really complement each other. Strengths, weaknesses. We're very compatible. And that's super, super important. And this is where you have to like work as a team, and also as well, you know, become compatible. You're never going to find. I don't think you actually find the right partner. I think it's like you find someone who's willing to compromise, change, grow, adapt, and you become compatible.
Yeah.
So do you know what? This is actually out of my comfort zone, but because I want this to work, I'm going to go ahead and put forth an effort to become the person that you need.
Well, and it takes compromise as well. That's what the couple that they were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, or I'm pretty sure it was 50th, or they've been together for 50 years. But anyway, they were saying you have to compromise.
Yeah.
So if you are, you know, you desire this big life, and obviously you're going to need someone that is an entrepreneur or is famous and has a certain amount of money to live a certain lifestyle and to earn obviously a certain level, then what comes with that is they may have to travel a lot. They may have to be away from you. You could decide to travel with them, but are you able to do that? Do you want to do that? And
are you okay with them being absolutely obsessed with their craft? Because we've had our mentors. I never forget when I first heard him say it. He was like, "My goals come before my wife." He said that on stage.
For my wife.
For my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the flip side, if you're with somebody that has a job, are you then happy with the 9 to 5? You know what to expect every week. You know the hours that they work. You know that they're going to be home at the weekend. Are you happy with that routine? Or are you someone that wants more excitement?
And if you do, as a woman, I suggest you sit down with your man and say, listen, I would like more. Can we find extra ways to make money? And if you do want to know, just DM me on Instagram. I am Jake Parton.
But we're going into the third point that we were talking about on our lives, which is multiplying with the right partner. So once you've worked on yourself, you know who you are as self, you have found the right partner, you are actually compatible with them. Not just you've got, you know, you fancy each other, or you may even love each other, but you may not be compatible. Like you can love someone and not be compatible. Like you really want to make it work, but it's just not going to work.
It doesn't work. It's just too much effort. You're both being drained. Look, if you look at your metrics, health and fitness, money, happiness, fulfillment, peace of mind,
Stress levels.
They all should be actually going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Your stress should be going down. Your peace should be going up. Your money should be going up. Your health and fitness should be going up. Everything should be increasing. And if it's not, be honest, because that is going to be down to yours and your partner's relationship. That is the core of everything. If that isn't right, nothing else will be right. Your choice of partner is the most important decision that a person can make. So people don't take this subject lightly, because this is the real subject of life, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many people in business fail because of their other half,
Not
and we've seen a lot of people win because of their
Yeah.
other half.
100%, 100%. And then obviously the last one, like we say, is multiplying, working as a team. It's, I being the person that you need, you being the person that I need, us working on each other independently, making sure we're both doing our things that make us happy.
Communicating about uncomfortable topics.
Yeah. Communicating, being super honest with each other, like in all areas of life, super uncomfortable. Knowing, pretty much everything about each other. Why? Because I'm interested to see why Charlie is the person she is today. And then I also want to be a part of why she becomes the best version of herself.
And just having fun, keeping the desire alive, which way you choose. Like that's.
I think, sorry, before we go.
That's a fun part.
Yeah, 100%. I should go into that next. But I think, let's say, for instance, if let's say, like for example, my parents, they broke up when I was 13. So obviously I've got that fear within me, instilled in me, because it was such an emotional impact for me, of that happening for us, right? I don't let it take over my life. I don't let it get in the way. But what I'm saying is, my insecurities, you've had to kind of like learn how to respect them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'll give you an example. We went paddleboarding, didn't we? And it's just a little tiny example. And the guy was like, I can just leave you guys to it now if you want. And Charlie was like, no, I'd like you to stay because I feel safer when you're here. And I actually agreed with what Charlie was saying, because I'm like, I couldn't even stay on the thing. So, but then after Charlie came up to me, she went, by the way, babe, when I said that, I didn't mean anything like against you. I meant like just because obviously, and I said it's okay, but just the fact that she came up to me and said that shows that she has taken my feelings into consideration.
Yeah.
That's just a little example.
Yeah, and also, even though you've had that experience, you have never shown me everything that you have put in is how can we constantly make our relationship better. Like, you go out of your way to show your love for me, but that isn't necessarily extravagant gifts. That's just doing little things each day, which actually take more thought into it. Like I was saying earlier on the live, it doesn't have to be massive grand gestures. Do we like them? Do we want them? Of course we do. But day to day, there are so many things that can be done to express that. But even like just looking at your neck, like you have a wedding anniversary on your neck, it's
Put your name there.
and my name as well, yeah. But the funny thing is, obviously, my name is the same as our cat, Charlie, as well. So you could kind of get away with that. But a wedding anniversary date is very specific. I'm not saying you have to go. Everyone needs to go and get a tattoo.
Must love my cat because I've got this face here as well.
But do you know what I mean? Like, you put genuine effort into it rather than just saying, yeah, but I feel like this because of, my experiences. There's no victim mentality there. You are still actively pursuing a happy marriage.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of men watching this right now, if they are watching it, is that a lot of men think that the only way that your woman really wants you to provide is financially. And we put a lot of stress on ourselves to do that. When realistically, actually, statistically, there was an interview done where they interviewed 100 women, and it was actually 70-30% towards actually being there for them emotionally.
Yeah.
Emotional provision.
Yeah.
Rather than still financial for sure, like contributing, not just a lazy bum sat on the sofa, like actually doing it. As long as the woman sees effort, that is really what the woman wants. Genuine effort, not I'm over here pretending, because trust me, you can't. Women, by the way, I'm not sure if you notice, guys, but they know they're always right. You understand that?
That's actually what that guy said.
They're always right. Like Charlie has, every time Charlie said, there's something about that person I don't trust, it's always come true. It's always come true. So like what I'm saying is you can't hide anything from women. They're very emotionally tuned in. Maybe from men, but like from women especially, they're very emotionally tuned in. Go on.
If they've put in the time into themselves.
Correct. Yeah, and they're actually aware. They're not just lost in the source.
Yeah.
But hopefully you're watching this channel because you're into personal development. So
And you are
and you want to be
self-aware.
in a high value relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's actually being there for them emotionally, and that is those little gifts. It's the little cup of tea here and there. It's the how are you? How was horse riding? Your nails look nice. I've noticed you made an effort tonight, babe. You know, like, and the pillow talk at the end of the day. Yeah, I think that goes
Back
a
scratches.
long. Yeah, back scratches, foot massages, everything like that. What else is loads in there? There's loads.
Going off on a tangent now. But I think it's really important, like if you're not a part of our Facebook group, to sit and listen to those lives, because the more you tune in to what we're saying, like we always say, we're not here to preach, we're just sharing our experiences, what we've learned from other people. And that's why we are where we are, because we are constantly gathering new information and we're trying to package it in a way where other people understand, if you're not maybe far along in your personal growth journey, or maybe you've just started, so other people can really hear it and really understand
And where
it.
Charlie says where we are, we don't mean financially. We mean where we are enough to believe that we have enough value to open our mouths and sit in our back garden talking to a camera with mics on us on a Monday night, not on a Tuesday night. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're at a point where we're actually at a point now where we get that many questions, and we've seen that much pain. That we're just not the sort of people to sit there and complain about, this would be good, that would be good. No, why don't we step into that? Why don't we actually scratch our own itch and actually provide the service that we would have appreciated, and we still do appreciate to this day. We watch high value couples relationships all the time. We read together, but this is a subject we love, and we'd love to hear more couples do some stuff like this, to hear their perspectives. Because it's not what right or wrong. What's wrong? I mean, that makes you happy. Fantastic. Are you happy? Amazing. Like, if not, do something about it. If you are, we love that.
Yeah.
You know, there's no right or wrong. But guys, yeah, definitely head to the link in the description. We've got a waiting list for we're going to be launching a high value relationship community. Roots and Wings. Roots is all about mindset, spirituality, relationship with self, and then Wings is health, well-being, wealth, finances. You know, making money, managing money, multiplying money. And then obviously our core focus, which is going to be high value relationships. The waiting list is in the bio. Everyone on the waiting list is going to get a special gift from us. Gift from us. And like Charlie mentioned, we are going to drop the link to the Facebook group as well. Make sure you head over there, join that. We'll approve you in. You can watch the replays. They're going to be pinned to the featured section. But that's been episode 10. Love you, babe.
Love you too.
I'll see you on the next one.